Hello everyone, I am Diya Mani, BTech Electrical and Electronics second year student of Banasli Vidyapeeth. So my topic for today's video is Pareto Principle. The Pareto Principle, named after the economist Vilfredo Pareto, specifies that 80% of consequences come from 20% of causes, asserting an unequal relationship between inputs and outputs. This principle serves as a general reminder that the relationship between inputs and outputs is not balanced. The Pareto principle is also known as the Pareto rule or the 80/20 rule. Now we're going to understand the Pareto principle. The original observation of the Pareto principle was linked to the relationship between wealth and population. According to what Pareto observed, 80% of the land in Italy was owned by 20% of the population. After surveying a number of other countries, he found the same applied abroad. For the most part, the Pareto principle is an observation that things in life are not always distributed evenly. The Pareto principle can be applied in a wide range of areas such as manufacturing, management, and human resources. For instance, the effort of 20% of a corporation staff could drive 80% of the firm's profits. The Pareto principle can be applied especially those businesses that are client service based. It has been adopted by a variety of coaching and customer relationship management, that is CRM software programs. It can also be applied to a personal level. Time management is the most common use for the Pareto principle, as most people tend to thinly spread out their time instead of focusing on the most important tasks. In terms of personal time management, 80% of your work-related output could come from only 20% of your time at work. So now we're going to move on to example of the Pareto principle. Financially advisory businesses commonly use the Pareto principle to help manage their clients. The business is dependent on the advisor's ability to provide excellent customer service, as its fees rely on its customer satisfaction. However, not every client provides the same amount of income to the advisor. If an advisory practice has 100 clients according to Pareto principle, 80% of the financial advisor's revenue should come from the top 20 clients. These 20 clients have the highest amount of assets and the highest fees charged. The Pareto principle seems simple but is hard to implement for the typical financial advisor. The principle suggests that since 20 clients are paying 80% of the total fees, they should receive at least 80% of the customer service. Advisors should therefore spend most of their time cultivating the relationships of their top 20 clients. However, as human nature suggests, this does not happen. Most advisors tend to spread out their time and services with less regard to a client's status. If a client calls and has an issue, the advisor deals accordingly, regardless of how much income the client actually brings into the advisor. The principle has also led to advisors focusing on replicating their top 20% of the clients, knowing that adding a client of that size immediately affects the bottom line. So now we're going to see the advantages of Pareto principle. There is a practical reason for applying the Pareto principle. Simply, it can give you a window into who to reward or what to fix. For example, if 20% of the design flaws in a car are leading to 80% of the crashes, you can identify and fix those flaws. Similarly, if 20% of your customers are driving 80% of your sales, you may want to focus on those customers and reward them for their loyalty. In this sense, the Pareto principle becomes a guide for how to allocate resources efficiently. Thank you very much.